Hello, welcome to the Antisocial Club. I'm diamondalexis. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how I made my crochet cap. Highly requested. Y'all were going to snap my neck off if I did not get this out any sooner. I tried to do it as fast as I could. I have to remind y'all I'm still coming over my arm and hand injuries, so I can't crochet as fast as I usually do. But this is the cap that went viral. I know a lot of people wanted to see it kind of up close. See the details, all the pins and stuff. So that's what it looks like. Shout out to Alexandria Macy, I believe is how you say her name. I did use her tutorial to figure out the visor part right here. I used her tutorial for the start of it, and then all the rest of it is kind of how I did it. But yeah, so please go show her some love. I don't want to sit here and act like, oh yeah, I came up with all of this by myself and figured it out, because I did use her tutorial for this, because I didn't even know how to even start this part. But I did include how to do it. I also included a few tips and tricks for, like, if you don't want these big gaps in the middle, what to do in this back part. Just make sure you watch the video in all its entirety, because there's a lot of like hidden stuff and tricks and tips that I put in there that you can do to either make it easier or to make yours look like maybe how you want it to look. But other than that, I hope that y'all love this tutorial. Hopefully it's easy to understand. I tried to explain it as best as I could. It's pretty much a typical crochet hat. The start of it is a typical crochet hat. It's mainly like this part, but I will put timestamps down below, so be sure to check that out in the description. Make sure when you're watching my videos, read the description and make sure to look out for any pinned comments that I make, because if y'all have a lot of the same question, I'll go ahead and like answer the question either in the description. Most of the time it's like a pinned comment. I'll pin a comment and be like, okay, you know, if I get the same question a lot. So be on the lookout for that. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please tag me in y'all's recreations if y'all can. I would love to see them, because I like drawing inspiration from y'all just as much as y'all like drawing inspiration from me. So yeah, anyways, gonna stop talking. This video is already long. Let's get into the video. So for materials, what you're gonna need is some yarn. This is size 4 acrylic yarn, some embroidery floss, or if you don't want to use embroidery floss, you can just use like regular thread. You're gonna need some needles. I would suggest getting some curved needles. If not, it's okay to do it with just regular needles. I did my first hat with just regular needles, but it would have been really easier to do it with curved needles. These are the 2 needles. I got this one from Hobby Lobby, and this is from Amazon. You're also gonna need some like regular crochet needles. You're gonna need some scissors. I just have these sharp nail scissors that I use for my crochet yarn. You're gonna need a size 6 hook. And then you're gonna need some stitch markers. You're probably gonna need about, I would say at least 10. Yeah, I would say at least 10. If you use bobby pins, you can use bobby pins or whatever you use to replace stitch markers. You're gonna need at least 10 of them. But that's all for the materials, so we're gonna get started into the tutorial. I also forgot the most important thing, which is the hats. You can use some like newer hats, or the hat I used was an old hat that I had, but you're gonna need some type of cap for whatever size that you need. I would suggest, if you're doing darker colors, to do a darker hat. If you're doing a lighter color like I'm gonna do today, and like the hat that I had on in the original pictures, I would get a white hat or some type of lighter color. So I'm gonna try to I'm not gonna fly past this first part, but this is literally how you do any other type of crochet hat. and I have a bunch of crochet hat tutorials. I'm still gonna like try to still try to explain everything as best as I can, but if you want more detailed, I would suggest looking at either my ruffle hat video, or I would suggest looking at my scrapbook hat tutorial. My scrapbook hat tutorial also shows how to put scrap yarn together. So if you want your hat to look like mine with all the different colors, I would suggest looking at that video. In the very beginning, I show how to do it. But I will show in this video how to do a magic knot. Is it a magic knot? Yeah, I think it's a magic knot. So you're gonna do it just like how you would if you're making a slip knot. But instead of having the short end of the yarn on this side facing you, you would do it the opposite way. So you would have it facing away from you, and you would basically do a slip knot like that. So you would cross it over, make an X, and I like to take these two fingers and grab the yarn, and I pull it through like that. And instead of pulling it all the way through, you put your hook through, and that's a magic knot. So let me see if I can show y'all again. So again, for the magic knot, you're going to take the yarn. Again, for the magic knot, you're going to take the yarn, instead of having the short end towards you, you're going to turn it around and have it facing away from you. And you're going to cross it over, make an X. You're going to take these two fingers, you're going to grab it. I like to grab it with my nail. Bring it through. Don't pull it all the way through. And you're just going to put your, you're going to put your hook through. If my hook wants to go through today, put your hook through, and you're going to do it like that. That's how I do mine. Now, if you do yours differently, that's fine. But that's how I do my magic knot. If you don't do a magic knot, you can chain 3 and then go into the very first one and do it that way. So after you do a magic knot, you're going to, or magic circle, I believe is what it's called. You're gonna chain 3, and you're going to crochet 11 double crochets into this very first, into the circle. You're gonna do 11 double crochets into this circle. So that's 1, you do 2, gonna do 3, 11. So after you do 11, I like to pull the string. And we're going to go into the top of this very first chain that we did at the very beginning. So it's right here. You're gonna go to the top of that, and you're going to slip stitch. And you have your top part. You're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna put 2 double crochets in each stitch. So this is the chain 3, so you're gonna put 1 in there, 1 double crochet where that chain 3 is. You're gonna go to the next stitch, do 2 double crochets. So that was 1. This is 2 double crochets. You're gonna go to the next stitch, you're gonna put 2 double crochets in there. Next stitch, 2 double crochets, and you're just gonna put 2 double crochets in each stitch. So if you can see, each stitch has 2, so you're gonna put 2 in each. Okay, so we're at the end. Make sure you have 2 double crochets in each stitch, and we're going to go into the top of the chain that we did at the very beginning. You're gonna go in the top, you're gonna do a slip stitch. You're gonna chain 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. Remember, you never count this on the hook. You always just count these. So these are the chains. So there's 1, 2, 3. This one does not count. You're gonna put a double crochet in that same stitch where the chain 3 is, and then you're gonna do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. You're gonna do 2 double crochets in this very next stitch. In the next stitch, you're gonna do 1. In the next stitch, you're going to do 2. And you're just going to do that all the way around. You're going to do 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So this is 1. Go in the next stitch, do 2. I'm going to do that all the way till you get to the end. You're going to chain 3, just like we did before. And you're going to do a double crochet in that same stitch where the chain 3 is. So you're just going to go in there, do a double crochet. You're going to go to the next one, you're going to do 1 double crochet. You're going to go into this next one, you're going to do 1 double crochet. And then in this next one, you're going to do 2 double crochets. So you're going to do 1 double crochet in there. And then you're going to go back through and you're going to put a second double crochet in that same stitch. So there's 2, 1, 2, 2. Next stitch, you're going to do 1 double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. And then the next stitch, you're going to do 2. And you're gonna do that all the way around. So you're gonna do 2, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. So 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then on that 3rd stitch you're gonna do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. It's 2, and then again you're gonna slip stitch into the top of the chain that we did at the very beginning. You're gonna chain 3. You're gonna go into that same stitch with the chain 3. And you're gonna do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. In the very next stitch, you're gonna do 1 double crochet. And in the next stitch, you're gonna do 1 double crochet. And then in the next stitch, you're gonna do 2 double crochets. All right, 2, 1, 2. So you have 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. So you're gonna do 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then in the 4th stitch, you're gonna do 2 double crochets. So we just did 2 double crochets. We're gonna do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet in the next. 1 double crochet in the next one, that's 2. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, that's 3. And then in the next stitch, which is 4, you're gonna do 2 double crochets. 2 double crochets in that very same stitch. You're gonna do that all the way around. So you're just gonna go 1, 2, 3. In the 4th one, you're gonna do 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So that's 2. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Next one is 4. So you're gonna do 2 double crochets in that same stitch. I'm gonna do that all the way around to get back to the other side. And like I said in one of my previous videos, you'll know when you need to do the 2 double crochets in 1 stitch because it'll be right on top of the 2 double crochets in 1 stitch from the previous row. So we have the 2 double crochets in 1 stitch right here. If you look right below it, there's 2 double crochets in that 1 stitch, and below that one there's 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. So if you're not good with like counting, you can just look for the next stitch that has the 2 double crochets, and you'll know in this one you need to do 2 double crochets in that 1 stitch. So hopefully that helps as well. But if you can count, you just do 1, 2, 3. That's 3. And then as you can see on the 4th one, which is this one, you do 2 double crochets, and it's right on top of the previous 2 double crochets that we did in the previous row. Okay, so we finished this row. We're gonna slip stitch into the top of that chain we did at the beginning. So we're gonna chain 3. You're gonna always put a double crochet right here where this chain 3 is. You always put a double crochet in there. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. So just 1 in each stitch. So 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. No increasing, so no more putting 2 double crochets in the same stitch. You're just going to do 1 all the way around in each stitch. A little trick, if you don't want this space in between your stitches, say like I have a bunch of black hats and I wouldn't want black to show through here. What you can do is you would go through here, this little middle part. You would bring your yarn through, which would count as your yarn over. You would go into the next stitch, bring it through, yarn over, do it that way. And let me see if I can show you closer. So you would go through this very middle stitch. So see this very middle one? Same thing here. You would go through, put your hook through, bring it through. That counts as your yarn over. So you don't need to yarn over because that is your yarn over. You would just do that, go through the stitch, pick up the stitch, pick up the yarn, bring it through, yarn over, bring it through 2, yarn over, bring it through 2. That way you wouldn't have the spacing. Let me show you again. So go through the middle, this very middle stitch. I'm gonna put that very middle stitch. I can put my hook through. Once you go through, you're going to yarn over, pull through the loop. This is your yarn over, so you don't have to yarn over. That is your yarn over. So you're gonna go right into the stitch. You're going to take the yarn, bring it through. You're going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and that is your double crochet. But see how there's not these big gaps? Just in case like you don't have a light colored yarn, your light colored hat, and you want to use a light colored yarn and you don't want like a black hat to show through, you can just do that. Hopefully I did it slow enough so y'all could see. I'll do it one more time. You just go through this middle. You take yarn over, pull through the loop. That is your yarn over. So you just go through the stitch. You're gonna take the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Remember the playback speed in the settings button. You can slow down the video. Also, you can zoom in on your phone, or if you're on a computer, Control Plus, or I think Command Plus on MacBooks can zoom in on the video as well. Actually, I think you can use your 2 fingers on the mouse pad on the MacBook as well. But yeah, you can zoom it in and then slow the video down in the playback speed on the settings for YouTube. But that is how you would do it if you don't want these big gaps. I just thought I would share that because I was thinking about doing this tutorial like that, but that's not what I did for the original hat, so I'm not gonna do that. But I'm just gonna go back doing it regular, so just regular double crochets. And so we're gonna do that until we get to row 11, which includes these. So right now we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're gonna do 1 double crochet in each stitch until you get to row 11. And then when we get to row 11, I'll come back on and show y'all what to do after that. But remember, you're just gonna do 1 double crochet in each stitch, no increasing or anything. Try not to crochet too tight because you want it to kind of stretch. Once you put the hat on your head, you want it to kind of stretch to your head shape and stuff like that. So you don't want to crochet too tight. So yeah, keep that in mind. And like I said, 1 double crochet all the way around. Okay, so I made a mistake. We're gonna do it to 10 rows. We're gonna do it to 10. And you're gonna slip stitch, do the chain 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said 11, I think. Right here for this row, it's gonna be the start of this back. So I knew I wanted to wear this with a ponytail, so I needed this back part open, and that's what I did. And I did it like this too, so you could still adjust it. Also, this catches the Velcro because I don't know if y'all can see. It kept catching my hair, and I don't know if y'all have had Velcro pull your hair before, but it hurts. So I have this right here to protect your hair. When you're putting the hat on, pulling your hair through this, all of that jazz. What I did was I just undid it. I would attach it right there, pull my hair through or whatever, and then take it off and then adjust it to wherever I need it, put it back like this, and then I would make sure to stick the Velcro on there. So like I said, it wouldn't pull my hair. If you don't want it open, if you're not going to be wearing it with a ponytail or anything, you could just keep going, kind of like how we're doing here. You just won't you just won't do this open part, basically. But I knew I was going to wear it with a ponytail, and so I left it open. So I'm going to show y'all how I do that. So after chaining 3, you're going to do a double crochet in that very first stitch where the chain 3 is, like we've been doing. You're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around until you get to the last like 7. So we're going to do the last 7. So you're going to leave the last 7 without a stitch. So 1 double crochet all the way around, and then when you get to the last 7, you're going to stop. Okay, so we're at the end. So we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So after you have the 7 that you didn't do, you lift 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to turn your work. So you're going to start going the opposite way. After you turn your work, you're going to yarn over. You're going to go into that very same stitch where we did the chain 1. You're going to do a double crochet, just like that. It'll look just like that. And you're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. Okay, so we are back on this other side. We're back at the opening, and remember we left 7. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chain 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to go into the very top of the double crochet that we did. You're going to do a slip stitch, just like that. You're gonna chain 3. Remember, go into that same stitch where the chain 3 is. Oops, I don't know what happened. You're going to double crochet all the way around, all the way around. So we're just gonna go 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. I'll show you what to do when we get to the chain part in case you're unsure. Okay, so now we're back over here where the chain is. In case you're unsure how to go into the chain, I'm gonna show you. So this is the chain. This is what it looks like. What you're gonna do is go in, you're gonna yarn over, and you see it has the V's at the top. You're just gonna go in between those 2. Boop, like that. Gonna bring it in. Oh, can y'all see? I might have chained a little too hard, a little too close. Do that, and then yarn over, go through, yarn over, go through, do a double crochet basically. And you're gonna do it again. You're gonna go to that notch. Just like that. Double crochet. Again, go through this little notch thingy here. Maybe. There we go. Gonna make sure the V is at the top. Yarn over, bring it back through, do a double crochet. Same thing. Just go through this notch. It's trying to show out in front of the camera. I don't know why it's trying to make my life difficult today. Oh, I was gonna show y'all. If you can't go through the notches like I'm doing, just yarn over, go around the big opening. So you're gonna go around it and then bring it through. You're gonna do it 7 times. You're gonna do it for the amount of times that you chain, basically. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should have 7 because that's what we chained. You're gonna go to the top of that and then slip stitch. And this is what it will look like. It'll look like a square. I would suggest doing it to your hat because you might need longer, you might need more rows, you might need less, you might need this opening bigger. You know, it just depends. But do remember that crochet, it's, well, if you're using acrylic yarn, it will stretch. So keep that in mind. Also, you're gonna have it on your head, so that's also gonna stretch it as well. But yeah, that's what it looks like. So for the visor part or bib part, I don't know what you call it, bib, visor part of the hat, this duck beak, like, you know, it has so many names. For that part, we're going to do a chain. So you're gonna do a slip knot, put your hook through, and I'm gonna chain until it fits in around like this corner. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's try 14. Yeah, that should be perfect. You want it to kind of stretch to the corners. You don't want it to be like stand still and be at the corners, because you want it to be tight around the visor part. So when you do 14, you're going to do, I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to go into the 1, 2, 3rd stitch from the hook. I'm going to do a double crochet. You do the double crochet. You're going to go over and do the next stitch and do a double crochet. You're going to put 1 double crochet in each stitch. So the next stitch is 1 double crochet, the next stitch is 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet in the next stitch. I'm going to keep doing that all the way around. When you get to this very last stitch, do double crochet. You're going to go into it and do another double crochet. And then you're going to go around. So this is the stitch, this is the last stitch that we just did 2 double crochets in. You're gonna go into this next stitch and do a double crochet. So not the one we just went into, but the very next one. And then do 1 double crochet all the way down, going back this way. So you'll see like right underneath, right here. Hopefully I'm showing this at a good enough angle. Let's see, like right in there. You just put your hook. So right here at the end, we're gonna go and do a slip stitch at the top of that chain that we did at the very beginning. And as you can see, it gives you this part. So we're gonna chain 3 after we do this slip stitch. Go into that same stitch, do a double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. 1 double crochet. We're gonna do that all the way to the other side. When you get around here, you're gonna do 2 double crochets in one of these stitches. Just like in this corner stitch, and then go back to doing 1. So remember, you're gonna do 2 in like this corner stitch over here. I put 2 double crochets in that 1 stitch because the beak goes kind of wider, so you want to accommodate for that, and do the 2 in the corner. You're going to go back to doing 1 in each stitch. When you get to this last stitch on this side, I like to put another double crochet right here where the chain is connected. So usually you wouldn't put a stitch there, but I'm gonna put a stitch there because again it goes like this, so you want to accommodate for that. So I'm gonna put a stitch in there. It basically acts like an increase. So put a stitch in there, and then you want to slip stitch into the top of that chain we did. So you can try it on the hat, see what it looks like so far. So far so good. That's what it looks like. And now we're just gonna do one all the way around. And by the way, this is the inside of the visor part. So when you finish, you're gonna turn it inside out and it'll be like this instead of this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn mine the way it needs to be, where the front of the stitches is on the outside. Let me remember which way I was going. So we're gonna chain 3, 2, 3, go into that same stitch, and do 1 double crochet all the way around. No increasing or anything. So again, no increasing, so we're just gonna go in all these stitches and do 1 all the way around. Oops. When you get to the end, you're gonna slip stitch. And basically you're gonna keep doing this until you get to about here. What is this, 3? I probably need about 3 more. So I'll do 3 more rows, which will give me 6 rows in total. 1, 2, 3. It'll give me 6 rows in total, and then I'll come back and I'll show y'all how to do these corners. Okay, so I'm gonna do 5 rows because I put it on here and it's to the length. So we're at the end of this. Just gonna do a double crochet. We're gonna go into the top of this. Next, what we're gonna do is chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go into this same stitch. So that's, I'm gonna count this as 1 though. So that's 1. That's 2. I'm gonna go 3, 4, 5. We're gonna put this on here. We're gonna see how much we need to do. I think 5 should be okay. Yeah, so we're gonna do 5. And what we're gonna do is we're going to chain 1, turn your work, and we're not gonna go into this one. We're gonna go to the next one. So we're gonna do a yarn over, go into the next stitch. So not this one, but the next one. Do a double crochet. After you do that double crochet, we're gonna combine these two. So we're going to go in, we're gonna yarn over, pull through 2. You're gonna yarn over, go into this stitch, pull it through, yarn over, go through 2, and then yarn over, go through 3. So it puts the stitches together. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna chain 1, and I'll show y'all again on the other side. You're going to yarn over, and you're not gonna go to this one, you're gonna go to this next one, and you're just gonna do 1 double crochet. So it'll look like that. And this is what it looks like. So it gives you this like decrease part right here, and you just put this over it, just like so, and then you'll stretch, we'll end up stretching that out and sewing it down. You're gonna end up stretching everything out to kind of sew it down, but that's what it looks like. And what I'm actually going to do, because I don't want so many ends to weave in, I'm a little lazy. So we're gonna chain one. Actually, no, we're not gonna chain one. So we're gonna turn our work. We're gonna go back this other way. And you're gonna just kind of randomly go through here. And I just like randomly go through here and do a slip stitch. Just random slip stitches till we get back to the bottom. Don't do them like really tight. You want to do them kind of loosely. I'm gonna go through this chain. We're back at the bottom. You're gonna do a slip stitch here. And you're gonna do single crochets once you get to the very bottom where there's no stitches. Just single crochets. Just like so. And we're gonna do it until we get to this other side. Let's see. I did about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 single crochets to get to this other side. I like to just hold it flat, and wherever you see you started here, you're gonna just start on this other side. So it's about right here. I'm going to yarn over, do a double crochet. You're gonna do the same amount. So I did, what was it, 5 over here. So we're gonna do the same thing. 5 over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I like to look to make sure, in case I need to make any adjustments. I think that looks pretty good. They look pretty even. So again, you're gonna chain 1. You're not gonna go into this first one, but into the second one, you're gonna do a double crochet. Next one, you're gonna combine these two. You're gonna yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go into the next one, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. You're going to chain 1, turn your work. You're not gonna go through this one, you're gonna just go into the last one and do a double crochet. And then I do a slip stitch over here. I chain 1 and then I end it. And boom. And I like to look for wherever the seam is. See that's slanted? So I'm gonna put it on like this. That way the seam is on the inside and not showing on the outside. Just like so. And remember, we're gonna sew these down. So you're not gonna see like this gap right here. It's gonna be like that. That's what the hat looks like. We're gonna take our stitch markers. I'm just going to pin them together, figure out where everything needs to go. I like to take this corner I kind of stretch this out and I'll put it to like there. Same thing here. I'm gonna do the other side. Take a darker color. Take this. This is close to be on the inside. And kind of do it about maybe here. perhaps maybe there. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it more further down. Like, uh-oh, I'm struggling. This pin is not staying in. I'm gonna put it about there. So like there. I like to pin these down as well. I'm a visual person, so I have to see everything like together. So I'm just gonna combine these. So I'm gonna do this gray color. What we're gonna do is we're going to take our crochet needles. We're gonna take our thread and we're gonna sew these two together first. The first time I did it, I sewed the hat part down, but then it was like, I don't know, it was acting weird in here. So I found that I need to like sew this part down. If you have an easier way that you want to do this part, by all means, go right ahead. Like I said, I might do things a little more difficult just because I like a challenge. I like feeling like I'm doing extra stuff. But you don't have to do it difficult like how I'm doing it. If you don't want to do it like this with the stitches, what you can do is when you pin them together with the stitch markers, you can take the whole thing off and do like single crochets on the inside of the hat. So I figured it'd be easier and faster if I just showed y'all what I was doing kind of faster and did a voiceover. If you need to, again, you can just slow the video down and press the settings button and do playback speed. But I just pinned the crochet to the cap. If you don't have these type of pins, you can just use safety pins. And then I go in with a curved needle and sew it down. I will say I did my first hat with a regular needle. Mind you, it might have been an embroidery needle, so I don't know if it was as sharp. But I used a regular straight needle the first time I did my first hat. And doing the curved needle, so much faster, so much easier. 10 out of 10 would recommend if you plan on especially like selling these and taking orders. You might want to get a curved needle. I promise you, it took me no time to sew this down this time. But also it might have been because I knew what I was doing this time. So, but it was much easier, especially around this visor part where it's a little harder. So, you know, do with that information what you will. But I do sew that part down just so the crochet part right there is not flapping around. Like, it would irritate me if it's just touching my forehead. So I sew that part down to the little inside part. I do the back side as well. I crochet diagonally, not crochet, I sew them down diagonally one direction, and then I go back the other direction and do it diagonally that direction. So it makes kind of like an X. You can kind of see around the sides, it makes like X's. I didn't do that on the bottom of the beak part, but I did that around the hat. I used that same like gray type color, but I used embroidery floss. I left in me decorating it so y'all can get some ideas of how to like customize it. I had this Scorpio thing sitting around. It came from a necklace from when I used to own a boutique. So I have these in like every zodiac sign. But I had it laying around because the necklace part broke because I was wearing it, and I was like, oh, it would be cute on a hat. So I just put some pins in it and pinned it to the hat. I put some clear beads. It'd be cute if y'all got some like colorful beads, but I don't own colorful beads because technically in my everyday life I don't wear a lot of color. It's not my thing. I just wear it to promote my crochet stuff because people love color. But yeah, just gonna give you some ideas. Oh, I meant to say I got those letter beads from Hobby Lobby because I know somebody's gonna ask. You would just put those on a string or some embroidery floss. You could even put it on the crochet yarn, and you would just weave it in on the top of the brim of the hat. I put my tag in and everything. You would just weave in all the ends, and that's pretty much it. That's the finished hat. So this is the finished hat. You can see the back. You can see the detail. On the side I have my tag and stuff. I hope that y'all love this video. I tried to explain it as best as I could. Mind y'all, this is only my second time making the hat. I did do it a lot easier the second time around, so I hope that y'all loved it. Hopefully it was easy to understand. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you got this far in the video, comment a butterfly emoji. Thank y'all so much for all the support and love that y'all always give me. I really appreciate it. Y'all have no idea. Like I said, please tag me if you can, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, doesn't matter. Let me know any questions y'all have down below, all of that jazz. And thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.